Sup folks, it's Ray Poopington III with another Beast from Beyond video. Today I have part 1 of my main Easter egg guide where I will completely go over the floppy disks, the red button puzzle, and escorting Neil's head. This is by far the easiest Easter egg aside from the boss fight, so once you have all the tips and tricks in this guide, you can easily complete this portion of the egg as early as round 1. The first thing you will need to do is get 4 floppy disks with symbols on them and insert them into the Neil computer in Spawn in the correct order. The order is found by seeing which 4 floppy disk symbols you get in your game and referring to the guide around the map that has all your symbols. You then put them in order they appear on your guide top to bottom. The first 2 floppy disks are very simple to get. The first one is located behind the portal to the projector room next to the large pole on the left. Grab this floppy disk and hold on to it during this whole process. This spot is the most out of the way floppy location and it will save you some time having that in your possession. The next one is dropped by the first phantom you kill. The first enemy that spawns from the portal after you enter it for the first time will always be a phantom. What I like to do is enter that projector room and leave before the timer goes off. Then I run all the way to spawn and kill the phantom close by to the Neil computer to make it convenient to grab. For the next 2 floppy disks, you will need to get the Entangler by getting the first 2 skulls of the Skullbreaker Easter egg. For help with this, check out the guide coming up on screen now, or check the description below. This disc is lying on the ground behind this grate by the Proteus wallby. You must entangle it and launch it into the vent at the end of the hall. When it sucks it up, you will see a blast of air. If it does not suck it up, it will reappear on the ground where it originally was and you can retry. When it does get sucked up, it will be pushed out one of the outtake vents in this area. There are 6 locations it will spit it out. The first is to the right of the Proteus wallby. The next location it can come out is across on the opposite wall from the Proteus wallby. The third place it can spawn is up the stairs from the Proteus on the right. The fourth spot it can appear is to the left of the door to Bang Bang's and the large main room. The fifth place it can come out is in the break room where the freezer trap is. It is on the left side going towards spawn. The last place it can be is to the left of the wheel location in spawn. If it is not in any of these spots, it likely did not make it into the vent. Go back to the vent and check if it is still on the ground. The last floppy disk is located in the medbay room that has the force field blocking you out. To remove the force field, entangle any of the space helmets on the map and shoot it into any of the green monitors in the room. If you miss, go and grab another one. The closest space helmet is above the Proteus wallby at the top of the stairs. There's another one in spawn if you lose that one, and many more scattered throughout the map. When entangling things, what will interrupt your hold on the item is a zombie hitting the item or interrupting the beam, or you letting it get held up on something and moving too far away from it. So keep it in front of you and avoid hitting zombies with it or the beam. Once the force field is down, the floppy disk is located on the desk straight ahead. Now that you have access to all 4 floppies, take note of all 4 symbols. Find the row that has all 4 of your symbols and insert the floppies into their correct slots. I have color coded each set to make it easier to remember which row is yours. Keep an eye on the text on screen to make sure you are indeed inserting the floppy into the right slot. If you fail, you will have to place all 4 to completely reset it. 3 scouts will spawn, and you will need to repeat the process as the symbols will change to another random 4. This can take up a lot of time and be pretty aggravating. Once you insert them all into their correct slots, Neil will get surprised and then mad. When he gets mad, all the doors throughout the map will start to open and close on their own. The doors can insta-down you and kill off your last zombie, so be careful. Neil will also randomly turn on traps, ending rounds or hurting you. Make your way to the theater section of the map and entangle the red button on the wall behind the brute cutout. Take it over to the Beast from Beyond poster by Cryptid Attack in the arcade and launch it into it. When done successfully, you will see a ripple reminiscent of the old Mario 64 game. Now hit the teleporter on the main street to the med bay. The red button will be under the table where you picked up the floppy disk. Interact with it to reveal a puzzle in the next room. This puzzle is super easy to solve with one trick. Screenshot or take a picture of the starting positions with your phone. Then turn all lines that were vertical in the starting position. When you're done, if all knobs are not facing the same direction, screenshot this starting position and repeat the process, turning all the vertical knobs. If done correctly, it should take no more than those 2 tries every single time. This will temporarily hack Neil for a few rounds. The final step before the boss fight is at hand. You must entangle Neil's head from the computer in spawn and take it to the projector room, launching it into the computer inside. If the head is dropped on the way there, a nuke will go off and you will need to try again the following round. Then after a couple rounds of trying, Neil will become active again and you will have to do the knob puzzle to re-hack him. This step has been giving some people some trouble, but I've found a great tip from Reddit user Call Me Banjo. Instead of following the direction Neil's head is looking, before entangling Neil, open all closed doors on the direct path to the portal going past the Proteus wallby. There are only 2 doors to open, the door out to the snowy area near the stairs, and the door into spawn. If you do not open these doors while Neil is hacked and before entangling his head, the doors have a tendency to get stuck closed. Now, entangle Neil's head from the opposite side of the door from spawn, effectively skipping the hassle of getting through the first door. Then, keeping Neil in front of you and away from the zombies, take him down the hall and to the door outside. Whenever a zombie gets close on either side of the door will open, allowing you to get through. So just hug the door and walk into the very center facing the door as to not let zombies interrupt your stream, which could cause you to drop Neil. As soon as the door opens, weave your way across the bridge and interact with the portal, keeping your finger on the trigger as you teleport in. Line up Neil with the computer monitor and launch him in. If done successfully, he will drop right in and light up with a green happy face. All that's left now is boss fight setup, and then simply interacting with the computer will take you right into the boss fight. But that about wraps up this guide. For part 2, a complete guide to the boss fight, check out the link on screen now or check out the description. Subs and likes are appreciated. Peace!